had a Nest video doorbell for a really long time before Eufy actually came along with this kind of dual camera thing that was able to detect packages, and it kind of blew Nest out of the water. This is 2 years ago, and I thought, when is another company going to do this? Well, today is that day. EZVIZ have now released a camera that does exactly the same thing. It has a 2K front-facing camera and a 1080p package camera, but it also has a solar panel, which means that you'll never actually need to wire it in, but not only that, you'll also never need to charge it. It also has no solar panel? Head explosions are back. So it has no subscription fee, a 2K front-facing camera, AI person detection, a spotlight, and a wider field of view than the Nest doorbell could possibly offer. The cheapest Nest wired doorbell is £100 more expensive. These head explosions are going to take a long time to edit. A very long time to edit. Thanks to EZVIZ for sponsoring today's video and for sending me their EZVIZ EP3X Pro dual camera smart home video doorbell. First of all, this is a much clearer picture than the Nest video doorbell or the Eufy video doorbell that I tested previously, and for a lot less money. At 2K resolution, its front-facing camera is more than adequate for establishing who is at the door, and its 1080p parcel camera makes me question why anyone is still buying a Nest or Ring anything, let alone a doorbell. Ring are literally the worst. Worse than Anakin Skywalker.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
What?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Forgive me, master.
Mate, don't worry about it. I'll grant you the rank of master. Master of bait. It has no subscription whatsoever thanks to its 32GB inbuilt memory, and it has support for Amazon Alexa for both doorbell announcements.
Someone is up your back passage.
And for showing the front door camera on an Echo Show or Fire TV. Computer, show back doorbell. Yeah, it's pretty quick. That's not too bad. I can speak to the person as well. Hello, Paul. You can also set up an Amazon Alexa routine because you can use the doorbell press to start routines off. This means I can create a routine that says if the doorbell is pressed, automatically load the feed on my Echo Show or Fire TV whenever that happens.
Okay.
It also works with Google Home, if anybody cares. Which you don't, because Google sucks worse than Anakin Skywalker.
I killed them all. They're dead.
I will now sleep with you and have your babies, because that's what George Lucas thinks women do when you slaughter men, women, and children. It's totally what I'm into. I like that shit.
Oh, Jeff? You're not subscribed still? That's freaked out all the Jeffs. I'm doing this every week. I'm going to get to Zachary's eventually. If your name is Jeff or Zachary, please hit the subscribe button and ding the bell. It does me a huge favour. And if you give this video a thumbs up, seriously, that also does me a huge favour too. On with the show. And now for the very complicated installation. One to beam down. Done. You have two choices when attaching this mounting bracket to your wall. The first is to do it properly with a drill. which we all know is not my forte. So the second option is 3M tape, and this is fantastic for anyone who's renting because it means that you can actually remove this thing if and when you move out. But not only that, because it doesn't need to be wired in, because it comes with a solar panel, you also don't need to get an electrician out to wire it into somebody else's property. But unlike other battery-based doorbells, it has a solar panel, which should keep it charged up all of the time. And I say should because blah. But if you live in the UK and you don't have a house that happens to be facing in the right direction, this thing can also be wired in. The EZVIZ really have thought of everything. This could actually be the best smart home doorbell I've tried yet. Let's put it through its paces and find out. In complete honesty, it's kind of difficult for me to draw comparisons here because unfortunately I have moved house since I last tested the previous doorbells, and it was on a much duller day that I tested them. That said, I think it's pretty obvious that there is a huge difference in the camera quality between these devices. The EZVIZ camera is giving a much clearer picture than both the Nest Video doorbell or the Eufy dual doorbell camera that I reviewed previously. Nighttime footage is even more difficult for me to compare because currently the sun goes down about 5 hours after I've gone to sleep. And I'm going to sleep so early currently because I'm a new dad and wah. I don't get it. What does he mean because of wah? Wah. What I do note, though, is that in my studio with the lights out, the camera has a more than adequate picture using the black and white mode, and the colour night vision works pretty well too thanks to its built-in spotlight, at least for close-up images, and it's certainly no worse than my old Nest doorbell was. The feed loads in about 3 seconds, which is a second or two slower than the Nest, but about a second faster than the Eufy. Oh mate, that's really fast. What? Maybe it wasn't 3 seconds. Maybe that's the fastest yet. Okay, wow. I thought it was longer than that. And once it's loaded up, the latency in the video is some of the best I've seen yet. If you're ever feeling lonely, just get yourself a camera with a bit of a delay and give yourself a thumbs up. It's almost like somebody cares. Notifications for doorbell presses are near instantaneous, and notifications for motion look like this. Ah, that's it recognising there's a human. The notification is where? Ah, there's the notification. Not the fastest in the world. Voices are good and clear and sound like this. Right, got a package for you. Of course, this isn't a likely scenario because in real life, I would just f*** off, wouldn't I? Oh yeah, hello mate. Yeah, leave the package at the door, please. Something that you will clearly never do because you're an Amazon delivery driver, and all you ever do is kick the parcel at the front door and run away. And my final test was to see if I could steal a package off the front door without the camera seeing me. The Eufy had this problem where if you ran really quickly down the drive and really quickly back off again, it kind of almost got your face. The EZVIZ got a much better shot of my face because it woke up way before I'd reached the package. As usual, I think it's important to list the things that maybe Eufy and Nest do a little bit better. And so now, the elephant in the room. This thing has built-in storage, which sounds like an amazing idea because you don't have to go and buy a separate SD card, you don't have a base station, but the advantage of a base station is that it is in the house where the burglar can't get to it. Now you can get cloud storage, and the burglar won't know whether you've got cloud storage or not, and the cloud storage is only $2.99 a month. It's not as simple as EZVIZ are the best in this category because they're not. Eufy are probably a better option for subscription because although they are the same price per month, Eufy actually gives you 30 days of rolling storage, whereas EZVIZ only gives you 3. You also have to factor in the fact that Nest is a 24/7 recording service and it isn't per camera. If you've got multiple Nest cameras, it's still £6 a month, so it really does depend on how many cameras you plan to put in and how bothered you are about capturing 30 days, 3 days, or having it run 24/7. If you're only planning on getting the one camera anyway, the EZVIZ isn't such a bad option because 3 days storage is plenty of time for you to go and download whatever it was you needed to get hold of if you got burgled. Just like the Eufy Cam, this thing only records on motion. This saves on storage, and it means that if you get like 10 minutes worth of footage a day, you'll get 6 months worth of footage stored to this thing before it starts to overwrite the earliest data. But the Nest camera did record 24/7 when I owned it, and that was a huge perk. Of course, you're paying for that. That's a subscription-based thing, and you don't have the option to not use a subscription and still get 24/7 footage out of the Nest. It's just a consideration if you're thinking, well, I want this thing filming all the time. You can't. There's no Apple HomeKit, which is a bit of a shame. Good. No, bad. There's no Home Assistant, which is also a shame, and there's no RTSP. The last two theoretically should work, but I tried everything. Yeah, I can't get either thing to work because for whatever reason, every guide I follow gets stuck halfway through. It's just not a thing, at least not yet, for this camera. Check the description in case that changes, because if I find out from somebody they've got it working, I shall let you know there. Although you can start Amazon Alexa routines when the doorbell is pressed, you can't start Amazon Alexa routines when there is motion. This is a hugely missed opportunity. Eufy can do this. I used it with my Eufy video doorbell to automatically turn my porch light on whenever somebody approached on the driveway, and this was like a brilliant thing to have because it made burglars think you were in. It was also useful when you came on the driveway because your light would immediately appear. I think EZVIZ, if you're watching this, again, perhaps consider implementing that. And viewers, again, I shall update the description as soon as I find out this has changed. And finally, EZVIZ, please, would you please implement the ability to snooze notifications? So many camera manufacturers are missing out on this thing. It's crazy. You have to go into like 3 or 4 menus deep to disable notifications, which means if I want to mow my lawn, I have to go all the way into the notifications section to turn it off. But worse than that, I forget to turn it back on again. There needs to be a snooze button right there on the screen, so as soon as you open it, you can hit snooze. 10 minutes. Snooze 10 minutes. That's all most of us need. The EZVIZ EP3X Pro comes with all the usual things you would expect from a doorbell, including privacy zones and customization for what you want to be notified about, and that includes packages. I can't tell you how useful that is in this country where our delivery drivers be like... They do be like that, though. And at £100 less than a Nest video doorbell, I don't think I can say enough good things about it. No subscription unless you want cloud storage, dual cameras, a really good picture, support for Amazon Alexa, and a 10-second install time. If you're interested in picking one up, then as usual, there are links in the description as to where you can get one. In the meantime, this video was brought to you by these incredible people. They're my patrons from Patreon, and without them, I'd be working in a call center. Every week I am thanking one personally. This week it is Brian from Searching for Tone for being one of my most recent patrons and for having an absolutely awesome YouTube channel. I'll link him in the description if you want to go and check him out. If you're a guitarist, it's really cool. In the meantime, you can hang out with me at the usuals, the Facebooks, Instagrams, TikToks, Twitters, and threads. And I'll see you next week. Goodbye. Terrible ending. I wish that was a thing here, and it's not. Why don't you deliver that line worse? Try again.